Today we are going to take this, a jumbo plastic Easter egg, and turn it into this, a jumbo dragon egg. This jumbo dragon egg is available on the blog as a written pattern, and I highly recommend you follow along, or you can get the premium pattern, which actually comes in this size and two others, a 6-inch egg and a 10-inch egg, so one bigger and one smaller, so that you can use those cool Russian doll style Easter eggs that come in 3 packs to make a set of 3 textured dragon eggs. We're going to be making the middle size, it's the 8-inch egg, and we're going to be wrapping it around our 8-inch plastic egg, which I have here. So let's get started, shall we? To start out, we're going to take our G-hook and make our slip knot and chain 2. Pretty much the way we would start anything else in the round. Round 1 is 6 SC in the second chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're going to pull that tight, and we're just going to work in continuous rounds. Round 2 is increase in each stitch. So we're just working in continuous rounds, no slip stitches, no adjusting. If you want to track your first stitch, I highly recommend using stitch markers. So we're going to increase in each stitch around. So there's 1, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 increases. All right, at this point, we're going to start our special stitches that give us the texture that we're going for. The next round is going to be a spike stitch and then an increase. We're going to do that 6 times. So to do our spike stitch, we're going to work around the next stitch, but down 1 row. So we'll have a bit more to pull up than if we were to just do it into the top of the next stitch. So basically you're going to do it into the base of the next stitch. So here's our first spike stitch, and then a regular SC increase. All right, so here's our next stitch. We're going to go down 1 stitch below it. So we're going to insert our hook at the bottom of that stitch instead of the top. Spike stitch and increase. Spike stitch and increase. Really, this first round of spike stitches is the hardest one to see. From here on out, they get a lot easier. Spike stitch and increase, that's 4. Spike stitch, increase, that's 5. And our last one for this round, spike stitch, increase. All right, we're up to 18 stitches and we're just getting started on our texture. So round 4 is SC spike stitch increase 6 times. So we're going to start with an SC, which will be in the top of the spike stitch below it. You are almost always going to be working an SC into the top of a spike stitch and a spike stitch into the top or around the SCs. Increase rounds are going to be a little bit different just because we've got increases to make, so our count's going to be a little bit different. But for this round, we will be following that same structure. So SC, spike stitch, and then an increase. All right. SC, spike stitch, and an increase, SC, spike stitch, increase. All right, so we've got our egg nice and started here. Round 5, we're just going to work a spike stitch SC all the way around. And you're going to see that in those increase sections, we're going to have a little bit of a challenge placing those spike stitches. And that's okay. That's why I'm here to help. So spike stitch SC around. So we're going to spike stitch around this SC. That's our first stitch. So we're going to put our hook in the bottom of the stitch instead of the top. Okay, spike stitch, SC, all right, spike stitch, SC, and now we have spike stitch, SC, spike stitch, SC. We're going to keep going like this all the way around. All right. If you haven't been using them to this point, now is a very good time to use your stitch markers, because here's what's going to start happening. The last stitch in this round is an SC, but our spike stitch is next. So the next stitch in this, or the first stitch in the next round, is also going to be an SC. So at the end and the beginning of every round, you're going to have the same stitch. You can use that to track your first stitch if you want to, or you can use a stitch marker. I'm going to choose to use a stitch marker just so you guys can see it a little better. So I'm just putting a stitch marker around the post of that first stitch. So our next round is going to be the exact same thing, but it's going to be SC spike stitch instead of spike stitch SC. So we're going to do SC spike stitch, SC spike stitch, SC spike stitch, all the way around, continuing our texture pattern. SC spike stitch, SC spike stitch, SC in the top of that spike stitch around the next single crochet, SC spike stitch, SC spike stitch, we're almost back to our marker, spike stitch, and so ends round 6. Okay, so round 7 is our next increase round. So it's going to go spike stitch, SC, spike stitch, increase 6 times around. So we're going to go spike stitch, SC, spike stitch, increase. Oh, that's 1. Spike stitch, SC, spike stitch, increase. Okay, our next round is going to look a little wonky. So because of these increases, we have 2 SCs next to each other, which is going to throw off working spike stitch every other stitch going around. So that means every other section between increases, we're going to have a slightly wonky positioning for our spike stitches, but we can make it work, and I'll show you exactly how it's going to happen. So we're going to start it SC spike stitch, And these are going to work out just fine to start out. SC, spike stitch, and then we're going to work an SC in the second part of that increase, which is going to make our next spike stitch behind this spike stitch. And the way to do that is you're going to find this little spot right next to your spike stitch. It is actually the top of the stitch that you worked this spike stitch around. So that is actually, if you were looking down on it, it's like the V right here, right? It's the V of the one that we wrapped it around before. So we're going to insert our hook there. And that's how our spike stitches work on these wonky rounds. And the rounds that do this, it only does it for a little while, because the next increase will straighten it back out again. So you'll see we're back at the next increase. And see, now we're back to normal. Doing an SC in the top of a spike stitch, and a spike stitch around an SC. So let's do it again. Here's another spike stitch and a spike stitch. We're going to insert our hook down here and pull it. SC on that SC. And then spike stitch next to the next spike stitch. SC in the beginning of the increase, spike stitch on the second half of the increase. And then we're back to normal again for a few stitches. So I don't want that to upset you. No matter what, the rounds worked even. Continue to be SC spike stitch over and over again. Even when the row before it doesn't want that to happen. You still have to be consistent so that the rest of the rows are also consistent. SC, and we end with a spike stitch. Okay, and there's round 8. Round 9 is worked evened around spike stitch SC all the way around. You can see that because we had the next stitch here is our SC that we're going to work our first spike stitch around. So spike stitch SC all the way around. All right, almost there. I know I'm back to my starting stitch when I have 2 of the same stitches next to each other. My last stitch and my first stitch are always the same. All right, so we have this to round 9, and we can pull out our egg here and see that it's starting to fit real nice. It should be real snug right here. This shouldn't collapse in when you tuck it on there. So it's sitting on there like a nice little hat. And we're just going to keep on cruising along. But I like having the egg nearby to make sure that it's still fitting. So round 10 is another increase round. That means we're going to do SC spike stitch, SC spike stitch, and then our increase. So the increases will always go after a spike stitch. So SC spike stitch, SC spike stitch, increase. Now this is going to feel weird because here's your increase and we have to start that pattern with an SC again, remember? So we're still going to continue, make sure we stay on our pattern. So SC spike stitch. So round 11 is a round worked even that starts with a spike stitch. So we're going to go spike stitch, SC, spike stitch, SC, all the way around, and not let those increases upset us too much. Hey, look at that. It even worked out. Okay, so I am going to move our marker over a little bit because our starting point is starting to jog. And I want to keep on keeping track of that. So I moved it up round 12 is an SC spike stitch round. So we're going to SC spike stitch all the way around. And we end on a spike stitch. So then our next round, round 13, is an increase round again. We're going to do spike stitch SC, spike stitch SC, spike stitch increase. So it's going to feel like a lot, but we can do this, right? Spike stitch SC, spike stitch SC, spike stitch increase. The great part about this one is this increase round should be nice and even. We won't have to make any wonky spike stitches. Spike stitch increase. Okay. Alrighty. We are on to round 14. Definitely starting to look pointy like an egg. Let's double check and make sure our hat still fits. Yep, still fits on there real nice. All right, so round 14 is an SC spike stitch round, and since our last increase round went so smoothly, I'm going to expect this round even to be a little wonky. And there it is, right there, the wonky spike stitch section. That's okay, because we were expecting it and we know what to do. Put our hook in right there. And we just keep going, spike stitch SC. And we end with a spike stitch. Perfect. And I'm going to go ahead and let you do this round all by yourself. We're going to come back to round 16 to do the next round of increases by yourself or together. Okay, so we're done with round 15. Round 16 is another increase round. It's going to go SC spike stitch, SC spike stitch, SC spike stitch, increase. So this one is probably also going to throw off our count, and that's okay. We're okay with that. So SC spike stitch, SC spike stitch, SC spike stitch, increase. And even without my stitch marker, I know I'm back to the same place because there's our 2 stitches that are the same. Right there. Alrighty, so round 17 is a spike stitch SC, so you can see we're going to start with our spike stitch. And round 18 is an SC spike stitch, and then 19 and 20 we're going to do those 2 things again. So basically we're working even, if you will, in our SC spike stitch alternating pattern for rounds 17, 18, 19, and 20. So I'm going to let you guys do those on your own, and I will meet you back here at round 21 for our next set of increases. All right, so we are to round 21. We're going to do an increase round that is, now stay with me here, spike stitch, and then SC spike stitch, SC spike stitch, SC spike stitch. So it's going to be 3 repeats and a spike stitch on the end. Spike stitch, SC, spike stitch, SC, spike stitch, SC, spike stitch, increase. All right, there's our increase round. So now we're going to work 4 rounds even again. So this first one will be SC spike stitch, the one after that spike stitch SC, then SC spiked stitch, then spike stitch SC. So I will see you back here at the end of round 25, and the last stitch of round 25 will be an SC. All right, getting ready to start round 26. Here is our egg stretched over our, well, egg. So here's, see the top is on there. It is a little bit tight, but that's okay. We're happy with that. It's going to be nice and form-fitting, but that's all right. So our next increase round is round 26, and it is going to be SC spike stitch 4 times and then an increase. So we're going to go SC spike stitch, SC spike stitch, SC spike stitch. That's 3 times. Whoops. Let's try that spike stitch again. SC spike stitch, increase. This increase is going to be this part is going to be wonky here. So we're going to go SC spike stitch, whew. Okay, so we've reached the part in our pattern where we are going to work even for a while. We are actually going to work even for 19 rounds. So what we're going to do is we're going to work round 27 will be a spike stitch SC, and round 28 will be SC spike stitch. And then we're going to repeat those 2 rounds 8 more times. So we'll have those 2 stitches plus 8 times the repeats. That's another 16. And then for round 45, we're going to repeat round 27 again. So the goal here is to work our 19 rounds even, and our last stitch on the end of round 45 will be an SC. That will set us up to start our decrease rounds. So go ahead and work all of those rounds, and I will meet you back here. If you're having trouble keeping track of counting all of these rounds, the premium pattern for this design is available on my Etsy or Ravelry shop, and all of my premium patterns come with checkboxes for every round. So I find that having the paper printed version with the checkboxes makes it a lot easier to keep track of your rounds, especially on these sections where you're working even. So at the end of round 45, we have our egg kind of mostly covered here. But one of the things I wanted to show you before we started decreasing was this edge here needs to be nice and loose around the egg. If you're still back up here on your egg, or this edge is really, really tight on the egg, you need to do a few more rounds worked even to make sure you have this nice kind of skirt on it, so that you have something to decrease and something to work with while you're doing those decreases. I've moved my camera away because from here on out we're going to be working with the egg inside the work, just so that we can close it up and not have to worry about trying to jam the egg in there while the opening gets smaller and smaller. So round 46 is our first decrease round, and we're going to do SC spike stitch 4 times and then a decrease, and we're going to do that 6 times. So let's start SC spike stitch, SC spike stitch, SC spike stitch, SC spike stitch, decrease. And I use invisible decreases on this project and pretty much every other amigurumi project that I have. So I'll move this up for the next one so you can see that invisible decrease. So you have an SC spike stitch, SC spike stitch, SC spike stitch, SC spike stitch, and that invisible decrease. decrease will bring us back to our first stitch. So work 2 rounds even. So your 47 and 48. 47 is going to be spike stitch SC all the way around, and 48 is going to be SC spike stitch all the way around, and then we'll do another decrease. Alrighty, we did our 2 rounds even, and we ended on a spike stitch. And our next round of decreases is an SC, and then, or no, is a spike stitch, excuse me. Our next round of decreases is a spike stitch, then SC spike stitch 3 times. So like before, we will have a spike stitch on the beginning and a spike stitch on the end before each increase. So spike stitch, SC, spike stitch, SC, spike stitch, SC, spike stitch, decrease. Alrighty. Okay, so we're wonky again, so we need to insert our hook next to the spike stitch below. We're gonna go spike stitch SC, spike stitch SC, spike stitch SC, spike stitch, decrease. All right, so work 2 more rounds even. Rounds 50 and 51. Our 50 is SC spike stitch and 51 is spike stitch SC. And I will meet you back here for the next round of decreases. All right, we're getting pretty close to the end. So 52, round 52 is going to be an SC spike stitch 3 times and decrease. We're going to do that all the way around. And we're getting closer and closer to being able to close up around our egg. So there's SC spike stitch twice, 3 times, and a decrease. And our last decrease for that round. So 53 and 54 are going to be your last 2 rounds worked even. We're almost done. So you should have a little bit of a peak over the end here. So it is okay if it is starting to extend past the end of your egg, because we're going to close it up really, really fast. So it's okay that these next 2 rounds are going to look like they're sticking out behind the bottom here, but that's okay. So work 2 rounds even, and we will finish our decrease rounds together from round 55 to 60. Our egg is definitely starting to look eggish. So we are going to close up the bottom now. We have a nice loose, we should have a nice loose fabric around the egg to work with, because if it's too tight on there, it's miserable to work with. So if you do not have a loose edge by this point, add some more rounds even, so that you have a nice loose edge to work with for these closing rounds, because it is a nightmare otherwise. So trust me when I say loose edges around your plastic egg is a really good thing. So round 55 is a decrease round. It is spike stitch SC, spike stitch SC, spike stitch decrease. So let's go ahead and get that round done. Spike stitch SC, spike stitch SC, spike stitch, decrease. Okay, round 56 is SC spike stitch twice and then a decrease. So we're just going to go SC spike stitch, decrease. So SC spike stitch, SC spike stitch, decrease, spike stitch, and decrease. All right, so next is round 57 is spike stitch, SC spike stitch, decrease. So spike stitch, SC, spike stitch, decrease, stitch, decrease. All right, look at that. We are making some good progress. Our egg's closing up nice, and we still have a little bit of lip to work with, so we're not trying to smash our hook in between the egg and the work. 58 is SC spike stitch decrease. So we will go SC spike stitch decrease, spike stitch decrease. All right, down to our last 2 rounds. Hooray! So this next one's just spike stitch decrease all the way around. So we're gonna go spike stitch. These last couple rounds, make sure you're pulling your stitches nice and tight. Decrease, spike stitch, decrease. If you tend to have really loose tension, sometimes it helps to do these decrease sections with a hook smaller than you're used to. But I tend to just try to pull them tight while I'm working. That usually helps. It also helps to have the egg in here because you can kind of brace against it when you're pulling, and that helps get these nice and tight. All right, and we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 stitches left. Yippee! Last round. So here's our egg. You can see how this looked like it wasn't going to be very tight around the bottom, but it definitely tightened up very, very quickly, as it should have. So let's do our last 6 decreases. This is just a round of decreases. So we'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 decreases. And we did it! We did it! We finished our textured dragon egg. So we can bind off our last bit of yarn here. Let's sew this guy closed just so that we can get him totally done. All right. Working through from inside to outside and the front loops only. We're going to thread our yarn through those last 6 stitches. 5, 6, and then back through the first one again, just so that it looks nice and even and flat, and pull tight. Hot diggity darn, we are done. You can take this out. Now, I like to take this out too before the decrease rounds in order to weave it in, just because it's kind of wonky on those decrease rounds. I've used the word wonky a lot today, haven't I? And we're going to just weave that in. So weave that in 3 or 4 times back and forth. For the sake of time, I'm just going to chop mine off. And there you have it. We have finished our textured dragon egg. Now you can put this on your shelf with all your other dragony stuff. And you have a nice decoration to go with all your dragons. This has been so much fun today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you go check out the website for other Hook by Katie patterns, especially the dragons that go along with these eggs. And keep in mind that the premium pattern for this pattern comes with 2 other sizes. So this is our 8-inch tall egg on the inside. So the whole egg after you've wrapped it is 8.5 inches. That means the 6-inch egg is 6.5 inches after you've wrapped it, and a 10-inch egg is 10.5 inches after you've wrapped it. And you will have patterns for all 3 sizes if you buy the premium pattern from hookbykatie.com or my Ravelry or Etsy shops. So thank you so much for joining me and for building your egg with me. I've had such a good time, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye! Thanks for watching a Hook by Katie tutorial video. Please click subscribe and click that little bell so you get notifications every time I post a new video. And remember to go to hookbykatie.com for more patterns, tutorials, and guides to help you improve your art.